Come in, take a seat, and join us at the table for episode 4 of Famished, a Mr. and Mrs. podcast where we talk about memorable meals, their origins, why food is so great, and more. I'm Mr. Walker Todd, and I'm joined by
Mrs. Walker Todd.
And this week we are talking about Pasta Evangelists. What? This is how I say it.
You.
I'd never heard of these guys. Who are these guys? Who are the evangelists of the pasta?
They are a really cool company that make fresh pasta and deliver it to your door.
Ooh, like only fresh. They don't do like no. You can't buy that.
There ain't no dry pasta here.
Ain't none of that here.
Ain't none of that here.
Get out of here.
Get out.
With that dried mush. Not sure where I'm from with that accent.
I don't know.
Okay.
We're a bit delirious today. But do you know what makes it all better?
Pasta?
Pasta.
Generally speaking, tonight we're not eating pasta. We're just cooking what? Baked potato.
Baked potato and beans.
Maybe we should go shopping.
Shaming us.
Maybe we should go shopping or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think maybe we need to.
But Pasta Evangelists, they sound cool. I didn't know anything about them until you were like, they are doing food. We need to get food from them.
Yeah, it's just a cool subscription service, but you don't have to actually subscribe. You can just order one off when you want to.
Is that their whole thing? Do they have a store?
No.
Oh, so they're just online?
Yes.
Why are you pulling these faces? I don't know.
I say with great confidence.
They have no brick and mortar locations
There's
at all.
No
they might have a brick and mortar location.
But no, they can't do, because all you can do is order online. There's no come to our store.
Right. Well, right now that makes sense. We're still in lockdown. If you're listening to this and you're not listening to it in 2020, we're still in lockdown.
Yeah.
So it was perfect actually for us to order some to the door.
Yes.
Where did you even find out about them? Wait, let me guess. Instagram?
Probably. I don't really know. I feel like I heard about them in a magazine. I know that they've been featured in loads of places.
Sure.
And lots of people rave about them. Like Prue from Bake Off raves about them.
Prue, you're on first name terms.
And
you and Prue.
Prue.
Best friends. You get jewellery tips for chunky jewellery options.
No.
No?
I don't like her jewellery situation.
Why?
Are you saying that because of my earrings right now?
I was just looking at earrings. I was like,
that's really unacceptable that you've just compared me to Prue.
They're a more sophisticated version of what Prue would wear. Is that?
I'm not happy with you now.
Okay. It's going to be a fun episode.
They've been featured in Telegraph, Tatler. I think you can buy them boxed in Harrods.
Oh,
so they're in a store.
But not their store. That's fair. That's
not
fair.
their store.
No, that's cool. But that immediately gives me an idea of the level.
Yes.
And anyone listening, if you don't know Harrods, it's like the fanciest department store in London. Like, you're putting a face like everyone.
If you don't know Harrods.
Who are you? If you don't know Harrods, get out of the podcast.
If you don't know Harrods, you should definitely go and peruse the food hall. It's not as good as it used to be because you can't taste everything.
It's still pretty good though.
But it is still pretty good. You can't buy anything. Like lettuce is like £15. Yeah. But it's really fun if you walk around the store and you notice the really rich people who go and buy their weekly shop from there. So they're buying lettuce that is that much money.
I feel like they can't be that rich if they're the ones going. Surely their butler would go.
Maybe it's their maid or their butler that we're seeing.
I don't know.
Anyway, it's a great experience. You should go. But do be warned, the taster level is drastically decreased and it's greatly upsetting.
This tells everyone that not only are you not happy with the standard Harrods currently is, but you have in the past frequented Harrods enough so that you can compare the two times.
No.
Harrods ain't what it used to be.
No.
But it does stock Pasta Evangelists, which is in itself a kind of mark of quality, I guess, or at least fanciness.
I think so. And the reason we ordered recently is because they did a cool collaboration with Donald Russell, which is a really good butcher's. Oh. It wasn't one that I previously heard of, but I saw it in various updates.
So was the meat in the dishes that we'll get onto in a sec from that butcher's?
Yeah, so they've done a specific partnership with them, and they are a butcher's that they stock Michelin star restaurants and great big fancy hotels. And
I had literally no idea. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So
I love it. I just ordered it and was like, here, this is great. Eat it.
Eat the pasta. I mean, that's fine for me. That's the level that I'm happy with. Like, yeah. Of course. Okay, cool. Whatever you say, yum, yum, yum. Well, we've kind of danced around it. What do we actually order?
So we ordered a spring lamb ragu with fresh pacheri pasta and a mint crumb.
I don't even know what pacheri is. Pacheri.
It's like a big tube pasta.
I just realised peas are great for podcasts without a pop filter. So pacheri.
And then we also ordered bucatini, which I always want to say like Bucati. Is it Bucati the car?
Or is it
Bugatti?
Bugatti.
But it's not that. A la carbonara with streaky smoked bacon and a barbecue bacon crumb. They do love a crumb on a lot of their pasta dishes.
I mean, just calling anything a crumb sounds fancy,
it sounds
right?
so bougie. The lamb one.
Yeah. Are they the same price?
Yeah.
We talking price right now?
Sure.
Sure.
£8.50 a dish.
That's not bad.
It's not
I
bad.
think for what it was, I'd say the portions were a little small.
I think that most portions in life are small, so I don't think I can really...
Yeah, maybe we're not the best people to
judge.
meet to that one.
Although I did feel full at the end. Like, I felt okay.
I mean, it was rich.
But we did have a salad on the side.
That does nothing.
No, it does, though. It ends the meal nicely.
Sure. Clears the way for dessert. Anyway. Yeah, they were a little bit small, but rich because, yeah, just the level of ingredients I thought were phenomenal.
And it all comes in a cute little box, all in the sachets, all colour-coded. You get a nice like book with the menu of what you've ordered and how to cook it, which is all very simple. The only thing I would say is when we were cooking it, because we were trying to cook 2 separate dishes, that was less fun juggling. I think if you order the same dish, if there's 2 of you or however many, it'll be way easier because you can just batch cook the whole lot.
I think we used every pan in the kitchen.
We used 4 pans.
That's a lot of pans for some pasta.
Well, we had the 2 different pastas and the 2 different sauces.
Yeah, true.
I think it's very reasonable.
If I remember correctly, not to poke holes in the whole experience, because I thought the unboxing of it was wonderful. Like, everything looked beautiful, really well presented. Everything was nicely sealed and color-coded. On that point, though, the color coding was a little bit ambiguous.
Oh, because they'd used a fuchsia pink and then like a pillar box red.
Yeah, and especially in the warm lighting of our kitchen, like it was toughy.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you had like bacon lardons in one and pancetta pieces in another, you'd be like, which is which?
We ended up smelling the crumbs because I wasn't sure.
Again, that crumb is nice. The key.
But yeah, the lamb one was shoulder of lamb because it's kind of fattier and really nicely marbled. Yes. And the lamb had been slow cooked with what they call a herb bouquet, which just made me really happy that it was called that. Which had...
I thought giving something a crumb was fancy. A herb bouquet, that is fancy.
It is. Rosemary, thyme, and a little bit of mint. I liked it.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me... the reason I ordered it is because I absolutely love roast lamb. Pretty much any roast dinner, really.
I was going to say, what roast don't you like?
And I was like... oh, this feels like a roast dinner pasta, which they'll probably hate me for saying because that then doesn't sound very sophisticated or classy, but that's what I had in my head.
I mean, it sounds nice still. I'd still definitely chow down on a roast pasta. The thing it reminded me of, which I think we did talk about at the time as well, it evoked memories of our wedding reception meal.
Yes, it did.
Which is definitely a conversation for another day, but we had a lamb pasta scenario there as well.
We did. Our whole menu was themed. Anyway, we won't go around that now. That's another time.
That'd be a good conversation though.
Yeah.
But yeah, just having this beautiful, high quality lamb, beautiful pasta dish definitely kind of had a bit of a
Although I was quite upset, like...
it wasn't the same?
No, you were trying to squeeze the pasta sauce out of the...
oh yeah.
The plastic... packet that it comes in, and I was like, this, even if you like really get your fingers like squeezing that down, there's still some sauce left over,
and you do love sauce.
It really upsets me that it doesn't all go in the pan. That's just my own issues.
I think we got past it there because the end dish was still amazing.
It was. It's true. And then the carbonara, so yeah, go on.
Words are about to be said. I thought it was interesting that the carbonara was the recipe that it was, considering what was in it.
Elaborate.
You continue with your point because I think I might feed back into it.
So,
or a Boris
they
style.
openly say it's not traditional. because they kind of wanted to give a nod to like the British barbecue situation, which is why they made it smoky.
Okay.
So that was the smoky part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they kind of wanted to transport you to Rome, but through your own British garden barbecue situation.
That's a tricky needle to thread. I'm not sure if they achieved that, but it doesn't matter because it was still delicious.
It was nice. I would say that carbonara is not the easiest thing to cook, and we did okay, but I think the sauce, it didn't fully curdle, but it went a little bit claggy.
Oh, it did, didn't
should
it?
have been silkier.
Was that the temperature of the pan? Was that us or was that them?
No, I think that's us, but I just think, just be warned. I think if you're not too confident in the kitchen, I wouldn't say the carbonara is the easiest, like a tomato based something or other, rather than a creamier based something. But we'll come on to the creamier situation in a minute.
The thing I was going to get at was a true carbonara. Does that not use egg?
It only uses egg.
And no like cream?
No, there's no cream in it.
This had... We checked the recipe,
looked
right?
at the ingredients because I was like, oh, this sauce looks really creamy.
It was.
It had cream in it. Which, if any Italians are listening, they'll be like, this is wrong.
Yeah.
Sacrilege.
Yeah.
Because traditionally you make a carbonara with egg yolks, parmesan, and a bit of pasta water, I think.
Didn't we try that not
Maybe
that long ago?
Yeah, we made a Jamie Oliver one.
And it
worked really well.
And it tasted epic.
It did. So yeah, I mean, I'm guessing they probably do that because I don't see how you could package an egg yolk based sauce.
Oh, it'd be super tricky.
I don't think it would work.
And if there was like temperature fluctuations, whatever.
And I'm not gonna lie, I don't mind, like, you know, when you go to like an Italian restaurant that's like a chain restaurant,
yeah,
all of the carbonara is super saucy and really creamy. I sometimes quite like that because it feels a bit dirty and a bit naughty.
Did this feel dirty?
No, but this didn't. So it was like creamy, but then didn't have that same level of satisfaction.
It was a sophisticated, if technically incorrect carbonara.
You're wrong.
Wrong carbonara, but yum, yum, yum.
Yeah.
Delicious incorrectness.
Yeah.
Deliciously incorrect.
But it was interesting that they said it's non-traditional because it's smoky.
Yeah, and made no mention of the cream. Or
because of the cream. So yeah, I was a bit like, oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
But it was delicious.
Did you look at anything else that they had?
Mm-hmm. At the time or now?
No, at the time.
Yeah. But I wanted the special ones.
Oh, but
you know what I'm like. I only want special.
Of course, yeah. If you can order off menu, you will order off menu.
Mm-hmm.
What?
So they don't do these dishes now. You've missed the boat, guys.
So is that like seasonal, or is it like weekly, or
that was a special?
They just change
partnership, but they change their menu, I believe, every week.
Wow. Okay.
There are some things which definitely I saw when we ordered and I've seen now. So I think there's some staples that they have.
Well, from those, if any spring to mind, what would you order of the staples?
Crab and chili ravioli with an Amalfi lemon butter.
Oh boy. Wow. Okay.
I am denied about that before, but because you don't like fish, I was like, don't order that because then he won't really taste it. But now I'm a little bit like, screw you, I want it.
Well, also, yes, I'm a bit averse to fish, generally speaking, but
I'm pulling your face.
I've gotten a lot better over the years, and I've had crab in mainly like Asian cooking, and I like it. It's delicious if it's seasoned right and if it's flavored, like accompanied with the right flavors.
I mean, in fairness, this is covered in a lemon butter. I don't really see that you'd say no.
Exactly, yeah. So if it's a staple and it's still there right now, I have no objection if after this we just go and order one now. I think I need to make like an montage of us just like...
Ooh. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, you know.
Also, really excited at the moment. They're doing like a charcuterie platter, which you can order alongside the pasta dishes.
So they don't just do pasta and pasta.
At the moment, that they have it now.
But there's another option, like timed thing.
There's no pudding. That was the other thing that was really upsetting.
No creme brulee.
No tiramisu.
No tiramisu.
Yeah. But of course, how are you going to fit that through someone's letterbox, whereas this does?
Badly.
Yeah, be a bit smushy.
Okay. I feel like charcuterie. I guess. I feel like I would just go pick our own, pick and choose our own charcuterie.
You could, but then the beauty of this is that it all comes in one go.
Yeah.
Rather than you have to order the Pasta Evangelists box and then you have to do a shop as well. No, thank you.
Yeah, true. Okay. For the convenience, sure.
For the convenience. For the whole package.
I feel like the money is better spent on the pasta because that's the thing they do, whereas the charcuterie is someone else's product. It's not theirs. And
That's true.
I don't know.
You can't order wine either.
What is this?
What is this? You can get wine through the letterbox now and like cocktails in like sachets. So I feel like that's something they should add. Pasta Evangelists, if you are listening, you should add wine in a bag. Yeah, I'm classy. Add it to your boxes. People will order it.
If they're not averse to putting cream in a carbonara, they probably won't be averse to putting even good wine, but in a bag, if that's a thing that exists.
I won't judge.
No one will judge.
I'll just drink.
If they get wine through the post, who would judge? What fool would judge? How was the making experience? You talked about the clagginess, the splitting.
The making experience was absolutely fine.
Yeah.
It was easy.
Yeah. The
tasting experience was the best bit.
The caveat to the tasting experience, because it was really nice actually. We made both dishes, and then we poured some wine. We took them outside. It was sunny at the time. It's not sunny today, which is very upsetting. But it was sunny at the time, so we could sit in the garden. Which I think for that kind of food, it was a whole like sensory thing.
Yeah,
that was great. They did cool down pretty fast, especially the lamb one. Lamb dishes in life seem to always cool down super duper fast. I don't know what that's about. So yeah, just bear that in mind if you are trying to have a nice relaxing evening cooking. Once it's cooked, get it on the plate, get it in your face. Go.
But the flavours were brilliant.
Yeah, they were amazing. The crumb on the lamb, that herby crumb,
was really nice because it was people may think that mint, lamb and pasta sounds a bit odd.
Well, because minted lamb in a roast is perfectly acceptable. I
To me, I was like, ooh.
Well, I think lamb and pasta is not a common pairing.
No, that's
People
true.
always assume beef or maybe pork, depending on the dish.
Yeah.
But
I really liked it, and I think having that kind of breadcrumb texture on the top really adds to it. Otherwise, it can all be very sort of silky and delicious, but it's nice to add the extra crunch.
Yeah.
And it gives a pop of flavour throughout the dish. So the mint was more... You could taste the mint more in the crumb than you could in the sauce.
For sure. I think that was important though. Like, I think the crumb needed to be like almost over seasoned, like so punchy, because it was lacking, that flavour at least was lacking in other parts of the dish. But then the meat was amazing in its own right. It was beautifully tender. The fat to meat content, it was awesome. In
red wine and a tomato sauce with that herb bouquet that we talked about earlier. So yeah, all of it was really delicious. Slow cooked.
Yeah. It will also make your kitchen smell incredible.
Yeah, that's true.
So good.
And then the same with the carbonara. Again, the flavours were really nice. The lardons were delicious, which came from Donna Russell. All very smoky. And then there was a crumb that was like a kind of taste smoked. So the breadcrumbs tasted smoked, which was really nice. And that was the nod to the whole summer barbecue.
Do you know how to smoke? I don't know. How do you smoke a thing? Especially something that isn't like meat.
I think you can get like canisters of this almost like smoke. Yeah, canisters of smoke.
Like
that
extracted
then you put in
smoke.
then you put in a airtight kind of vacuum thing with whatever the thing is that you're trying to smoke, and then you smoke it. But you can create smokeries which are like wooden boxes, and in the base you have the sort of fire, etc., and you can use different types of woods to create different, like you get applewood smoke,
applewood cheese and stuff.
Yes, and then you put the thing that you're trying to smoke nearer the top, so it's not really being touched by the flames,
just the smoke.
And then that gets absorbed.
The more you know. Do you know that?
No.
Oh, it's like an American thing from like the 90s, I think.
Amazing.
It's like a rainbow.
Nice.
I think it's LeVar Burton, who's Geordie from Star Trek Next Generation. Anyone? No. Okay.
Silence.
Disapproving look here. One of us is geekier than the other. Can you guess which one?
Yeah.
I think of the two dishes, the lamb dish was definitely the more sophisticated and fancy. They were both lovely.
Yeah.
They both felt like an experience to unbox and cook and everything. But I think that the lamb one, the specials, I guess, that they have on the site are the ones to kind of definitely pay close attention to.
Yeah, and then you can get a subscription if you want to. We just don't have the moolah for that right now.
Sure.
Otherwise, I think I would. I'd be really tempted because it is a treat, but it's not too expensive as a treat. Like it's cheaper than takeaway. Yes, you have to cook it yourself, but I mean, it's so easy.
It was super easy. just the splitting of that carbonara. But
the one thing I did think, which I think we both agreed on, was this would be ideal for like date night. So date night for people who have been together for ages, but also if you're having like someone over, someone new, and you want to impress them.
Hang on, would you tell them?
No, don't tell them. Just be like, look what I made.
Just lie about everything from the start of the relationship. That's your advice.
Hey. We're still here 11 years on and you don't know what I've lied to you about.
Actually, to be fair, I'm pretty sure it was founded on a lie, was it not?
Maybe. And it's worked out great.
Yeah, it has. But you did still lie.
I did.
And you'll have to listen to another episode to find out what that lie was.
Are you upset? Are you complaining?
No. If it meant I got lamb and carbonara.
Oh, no, I meant about the relationship.
No, but I mean, it's led to this point.
Oh, yeah. True.
This is the nexus. This is the culmination.
You're doing well.
We're doing very
I make
well.
you food. But now you also make me food.
I was going to say, you're looking panicked, like, oh no.
I'm panicking. I feel like I'm digging a hole. Run away.
I mean, you are digging a hole, but I'm not, like, helping you dig that hole right now.
But yes, our relationship was founded on a lie. Let's move on. All relationships could be founded on lies if you start with one of the Pasta Evangelists
You
boxes.
are still digging that hole. Wow.
That's not a hole. That's just...
You just turned it from our hole to the whole of every relationship ever.
I mean, I'm just saying, guys, if you want to impress, that's what you should do.
Yeah, to be fair, I think that's...
I feel like you're not disagreeing.
No. It's just a funny path to take. But yeah, for sure, it's really impressive, especially if you don't know how it's come to your house.
And in fairness, this is reminding me of a story. So when we first started dating...
Oh no, is this the...
What did you make?
Is this the... What did I make? What is it called?
What was it?
I forgot the name of the dish.
4-hour macaroni cheese.
Yeah, I made mac and cheese. I went to Waitrose. I bought like 4 fancy cheeses, like the fanciest ones. I didn't know what any of the names were, what they meant. And then I am not as competent a cook as Ellie, as you might be able to tell.
No, you are a good cook.
I mean, I've gotten better, but this was day 0 of the relationship sort of thing. This was year 0 at the very least.
This was him trying to impress me by making me wait 4 hours for...
I mean, it wasn't intentional that it took me 4 hours.
I had a nap.
You did have a nap. But then you woke up and you were presented with mac and cheese.
And it was delicious, guys. There's no doubt about that.
I mean, was it worth 4 hours? No, of course not. No mac and cheese.
I think it was. And I think it was really sweet that you took so long to... It was a labour of love.
I did not want to mess it up. I was like following instructions. I didn't know how to make like a roux or a white sauce, whatever it was, with like you put flour in there.
I don't think you've ever made one since.
No.
Did it put you off?
There's a couple of dishes that we can talk about again, but like the experience of making them is so traumatizing for me that I'm like, never again.
It's okay, babe. Just order Pasta Evangelists and cook it for me. I'm down.
Sure. Hey, now I didn't even know it was a subscription. They had a subscription plan.
Yes, and you can pause it and do all those sorts of things like you can do with Gusto and those other people.
How much? Do you know how much the subscription plan is?
I don't, but I remember when I looked at it, I didn't think it was that expensive. I thought if you were going to eat out or order takeaway occasionally, this is still going to be cheaper and probably nicer. Depending on what kind of takeaway.
I mean, if they're doing these partnerships as well with these like fancy butchers and stuff, that's awesome. And just the fact that you're getting quality handmade pasta.
Yeah, and it's all fresh ingredients. You know, it's not full of crap.
It doesn't keep. That is something to know. It's hard.
You can freeze it.
You can freeze it?
You can freeze it.
Okay, that's cool.
I think most dishes you can freeze, if not all.
Okay, that's good. Which
they do tell you, but otherwise you do need to eat it within 24 hours, which we didn't do, and we're fine and still standing today. But not that we would endorse people doing that.
No, but it was delicious and extra. I think we had an extra day before we were supposed to eat it, but it was still superb.
And they give you a nice little pot of parmesan, and it's a decent amount, which I really like.
Yeah, they didn't skimp on the kind of components. I just say the overall portion was a little bit small, but then we are greedy buggers. So
it's true, we are. But
overall, star rating: Pasta Evangelists home order service. Out of 5 stars.
4.
I think that's fair. I think that's a respectable score. I don't think we're going to start establishing a star rating for everything we try, but...
But I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah.
Especially at the moment. Everyone's knackered from all of this crap going on around us. Like, it's nice to just treat yourself and have a bit of a decent meal that's not extortionate, because takeaway, let's be real, is.
Yeah.
So it's that nice kind of middle ground between ordering and cooking your own food, which is very nice, or ordering takeaway. This kind of sits in the middle and is, depending on your level of cooking and depending what type of takeaway you order, is arguably better. And it did feel special.
Oh, for sure. No, especially as I think make an event of this. Like,
you
do
should
get the wine out. Do make some side salads or garlic bread or something to go with it.
Order some of that charcuterie they've got
order some
now.
of that charcuterie.
I'm definitely going to make him order some, like, as soon as we get off recording.
Yeah, I'm bracing myself.
Mm-hmm.
My bank balance is bracing itself. Although, then again, I'm the one now tempted by the subscription because it's so good. So, guys, I think that was it. That was Pasta Evangelists.
That was Pasta Evangelists, guys.
4 stars of
stars.
our arbitrary star rating system that we are never going to use again.
That we're just making up as we go along.
Yeah, for sure.
There was no scoring system on that. Just, 4.
There hasn't been yet, but yeah, 4. 4 out of 7 bananas. Thank you so much for tuning in again to Famished episode 4. This was a fun one. We really enjoyed the eating of this one, particularly. I think.
Did.
I don't know what we're going to talk about next time.
It's a surprise.
But I think we were discussing...
I'm so excited.
Ingredients again, which is something that we wanted to do from when we first started talking about the show as a whole, was just focusing on like one ingredient.
Yes.
And all about that. Like, not just what dish did we make with it in, but like where it came from and all of that stuff.
Where have we eaten it? Why are we so excited about it?
Why are we spending half an hour talking about the one ingredient?
Because there is so much to say.
Yeah. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. It's going to be good. Of course, if you don't already, please think about subscribing to the podcast. You can check us out on social media. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter at Famished Family. We are on YouTube. Just search for Famished Episode. Actually, Famished Episode seems to be the best way to find us on YouTube.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, eventually we'll be able to have like a dedicated URL and everything. But of course, you can always just go into the Instagram link in bio, and that links you to everywhere the show is, including the video and the listening forms. So yeah, that was Famished Episode 4. I've been Mr. Walker Todd.
And I've been Mrs. Walker Todd. Thanks for joining us at the Famished table, and don't forget, always leave room for more.